How's everybody doing? Alright, getting everything going here. Okay. I think I've got us live on YouTube and Facebook now. Get on here so I can start seeing comments. How's everybody doing? Finally started warming up a little bit, which is a good thing. I went last night and watched Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen. It was amazing. He was great. If you have not ever seen him or you have not listened to him, you really should. It was fantastic. Mammoth was the headliner, and 10 Years, band that never really was on my radar a lot, as during that time period anyway. I was way into blues, and that's pretty much all I was into was blues. So I didn't really hear much from 10 Years, back then. Alright, I think I'm getting everything where I can see it all now. See everybody's comments. It's right out here. There we go. Alright. I think we are good now. Alright. Plan to talk some. Last week, I had a new lick I was trying to learn. And I had not really had a chance to work on it last week, but I have had some time to work on it over the past week. Not a lot. A lot of you all are probably the same way. If you work, you don't have a lot of time to practice guitar. Like I've said before, I work in a guitar store, and I don't really have a lot of time to play guitar, which may not make a lot of sense to a whole bunch of y'all, but a lot of the day I'm, tuning everybody else's guitars and putting strings on guitars and unpacking guitars, so I don't get a lot of chance to practice. But luckily here and there I get to, grab a guitar and just mess around for a few minutes, whereas I know a lot of you all, I know some of y'all work like building airplanes and things like that. Flying airplanes, some of you, now that I see who's on here. You don't always have time to sit down and practice 8 hours a day to become the virtuosos that an 8-year-old in Japan is already. But you still can learn some cool stuff and hopefully at least make yourself happy. Maybe you're gigging out weekends. That's what I do. A lot of y'all have probably seen me out. So I'm just trying to throw you some licks that, maybe you won't play them out live. Maybe you'll just play them at the house. Maybe you'll use them to just show off for your buddies. As my guitar teacher calls them, circus tricks. But you can work them into some of them. You're going to be able to work into songs. But tonight I'm going to focus in on B minor, because for some reason I like playing in B minor. A couple of my favorite songs just happen to be in the key of B minor, so I end up playing there a lot. And for those wondering, we are drinking the old-fashioned again tonight. And root beer. I stole one of my wife's root beers. I should probably count them and get mad. Alright, first things first. Hopefully the sound and everything is good. I'm actually going to turn it up a little bit on my end. So I can hear my guitar a little better. Alright, we are at the end of March. Just to let y'all know, I'll talk about it later. Patreon and stuff. We'll get into that later. But just getting going. I'm going to start with the really crazy lick that you may not ever play out anywhere. But it's a fun lick to play, and it's taken me several days to get it, and it's still not totally smooth. I'm still working on it, and I've been doing it only in B minor, and then, kind of messing around with moving it around the neck. But it's out of the pentatonic scale, 2 to be exact, and that's where it kind of gets confusing. So we're in B minor. Our pentatonic scale in B minor, starting on our low E string, is B, D, E, F sharp, and A. Alright, everybody knows that one. We all play that one. If you play blues, you know that pentatonic scale. So we're going to use that one. But we're also going to use your B minor pentatonic, starting technically in your 3rd position. Your B minor scale itself would be B, C sharp minor, and then a D, and then an E. So we're in the 4th. So we're going to start the B minor pentatonic scale on the E note. So all we do is still just look for our same notes. So we got E, F sharp, A, B, D, E, F sharp, A, B, D, E, F sharp. Oops. Alright, so there's the 2 pentatonic scale modes that we're using for this. And it's going to be a finger tapping trick. So if you don't do finger tapping, it's still good to learn those 2 scale modes. Because like I said, you can, before I show you the finger tapping, I'll just give you an example. How it can change the way to make a song sound. Let me get myself just a little bit of gain here. Pull that down out of the way. Alright. Got a little pre-recorded thing I did with my loop station about 30 seconds before I signed on. But it's just 2 chords. It's going back and forth between a B minor and a G major. And I'm just going to solo basically in this first position the first time through. So that's in the first position. We've probably all played that 100 times, those probably exact licks. But now, I'm just going to play it in this upper position, starting on basically the 5 note, which would be the E. Same notes, essentially. You're still playing those same 5 notes, and I did hit a couple of flubs there. Yes, I did. It happens every week. Come back, you'll be able to find a bunch of them. But that shows you the difference between how just moving where you're playing that same scale can give a solo a completely different sound. And try that in all your different modes. And the cool part of that, what I just showed you there, this mode here, got that one. top note of the first mode, or the second note on the string, and then the first note of the mode up here creates that middle mode. Oops. You got in between there too, but we're just going to focus on we're going to focus on those two for this lick. So, the lick's actually going to start, it's going to be a descending lick. That is essentially what you're going to play with this hand. But kind of get used to doing it with hammer-on and pull-offs. If you can do it without a pick, that would be good, because it's going to help you out with what we're going to be doing with our right hand. For now, I'm going to put my pick down. I normally tap with my middle finger, but I know a lot of you use your index finger, but I'm going to use my index finger for tonight. So, our top note is a D. When I say top note, I mean we're playing 2 notes per string in the pentatonic scale. Whatever the second note on the string is, I'm calling the top note. So, on this one, it's going to be a D. If I was coming down, it's the first note I would play. Now, look at the pentatonic mode here as well. What is the highest note that we play on this string? That's going to be an F sharp. So we have and that's basically the first note of it. And then you pull off to that B note, and then you tap the E and let off. So you're playing first note of this mode, first note of this mode, next note of the first mode, and then the next note of this one. It's basically like going oops. Those are the notes I'm actually playing. I'm going to start it on this one. So I'm playing a D, F sharp, B, E. So D, F sharp, B, E. But then you'll pull off there one more time. So D, F sharp, pull off to B, E, and pull off back to B. It's a little bit of a mind twist there at first, because I wanted to just but it doesn't work. You can still do that. I mean, that's still a very common finger tap in B minor. But for the purposes of this, in full disclosure, like I said, I mentioned it last week. This comes from a Matteo Mancuso song. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the song. I can get it for you, but I don't know it off the top of my head. But I learned this via Andy Wood. We were working on it, playing it in, if I'm not mistaken, A minor. We were playing either in A minor or C major. Same thing, A minor, C major, it doesn't matter. Hello, Sam Strong. Have you recovered from last night yet? Sam was with me at the Mammoth concert. Or I should say I was with Sam. He drove. And he ordered a ticket. So none of us would have been there if Sam had not been there. So Thank you for being there, sir. Again, Mammoth was amazing. Full of some live stuff. Wolfie was fantastic. It was great. But maybe one night I'll do the song at the end. He closed with it last night, and one day I'll sit down and learn the finger tap at the beginning of that and show it to you on Patreon, because I probably can on here. It'll get pulled down for copyright and stuff. But Patreon, I got a little more freedom. So, and we'll talk about that later too. But back to this. Our notes one more time. D, F sharp, B, E. But D, tap the F sharp, pull off to the B, tap the E, pull off to the B again. Shoot, see? There's where I usually mess it up, because I want to go and I want to pull it off of that D, but it doesn't. So you got to get that finger out of the way quick, or you'll get a drag off of that. All right, so there's that. That's the bottom string. Next one, if we're playing our B minor pentatonic, is going to be our A to our F sharp in this position. Up here in this position, it's going to be a D and a B. So we're playing the notes, but we're going to play them in the order of A, D, F sharp, B. And it's the same concept as the string that we just did down here. So we're going to play the A and tap the D, pull off to the F sharp, and tap the B. So A, D, F sharp, B. When I watched Andy and Mateo both do it, and they're probably right, I am probably completely wrong, but they're able to. Of course, they're using a wrap. I do not have a wrap on this guitar tonight. With that, you can kind of do this. I'm sort of barring those low strings. As you move on up, you won't be able to. So however you finger tap and you move around best, do it, however it is comfortable for you. But if I put these two together, oops. Oops. Kind of gives you almost, the cascading type thing, but in a finger tapping form. Mateo does it much faster than that. I don't think I have a song where I could use that lick as fast as he's doing it. At least not with the stuff I'm playing right now. But at that speed, a little bit faster. I'm sure I do. After we do those bottom two strings, same concept. Move up to the G string and find our pentatonics, which is going to be a D, an E, an F sharp, and a B. That's your basic. It's following the same pattern. After you get the pattern off the bottom string, then you can transfer it to any string you want to. And it doesn't have to just be in, B minor. And it doesn't have to be these two boxes. You could move the box up a little bit further if you wanted to. You could move this box back and this box here back. All you're looking for is your 2 notes per string. And you're going to tap the 2 notes per string in whatever other box you choose to use. I just happen to be right in here because it's right in the middle of the neck. It fits good. Turn this way a little bit more. I'm kind of seeing the camera and I'm sitting off to the side a little bit. Might make it hard to see. If you care to see what I'm doing, you may not. Again, need the recipe for this, I can get it for you. Comfortably Numb is in B minor. It is, and I have not worked that lick into Comfortably Numb yet. I'm sure Sam will pull out when I do. I've got a couple of weeks for our next gig. Which, just heads up, we will be at Tulips Grub and Pub in Johnson City, Tennessee, in 2 weeks on a Friday. Let's see what that date is. Pretty bad. That is going to be on April the 10th. And then April 17th, we will be at Delta Blues in Abingdon, where I hope we do not bust the noise ordinance. Any of y'all who aren't around here locally haven't heard about the noise ordinance, it's just get on Facebook or something, type in Abingdon noise ordinance, and the comments will be golden. It's worth the read. But so we're down to that. So hopefully you see at this point how this pattern works. That was my next question. You read my mind. Well, there you go. That's it. I'm going to do it real slow again without my pick in my hand. Actually, I'm going to do it with my pick in my hand. It's more comfortable. Oops. It's getting harder for me to do it slow now. I still mess it up fast, but I'm getting better with it going quicker. So when I try to slow it down now, it's almost kind of like a hindrance. Sometimes if I play it fast, I'm going to mess it up too. Because like I said, I'm still learning it. I'm maybe getting 10, 15 minutes a day to work on this. If that, when I pick up a guitar to tune it at the store, run it one time. I don't want to stand around and just play guitar all day at the store, I do. I wish I could, but there's too much to do. Alright, if any of y'all watching know of any good shows coming up in the next 2 weeks, shoot them to me and let me know. Because if I'm not playing, I like to go out and watch somebody if they're out there. Alright, real slow, one more time. If I can do it slow without messing up. Same pattern, every string. Let me see if I can do it a little quicker. See, like I said, I'm still working on it. It's tricky, but a little piece of advice that I've gotten from a couple of different teachers. Once you know the licks, the notes, which are the try to play it at the speed you want to be able to play it, and not just gradually speed it up, because it's retraining. From what I've heard from them, and what I've actually read and looked at too, you're having to retrain your muscles every time you speed up. If you know a lick is going to be, I'm just going to play a lick in D minor. If you know that's the lick, but you don't know the notes in that lick, you know where they're at, and so if you gradually speed that up, you have to retrain your muscles every single time you speed it up a little bit. They're doing something different. So if you go, once you know the lick, I mean, you can play with your eyes closed, you know exactly. Let's see if I can get it even faster. Try to play it as quick, especially if you're learning it for a specific song. Get a metronome going with the tempo of that song and practice playing it to that tempo, because you're going to mess it up really bad several times. Quite a few. I'm going live and screwing up the lick I'm practicing in front of you guys. We all mess up. We all hit bad notes. That's why we practice. And again, that's the point of this entire webcast thing that I do here every week. I don't make any money off of it. Hope to someday. Or maybe one of my grandkids will many, many years from now, if I actually hit that many views in 50 years. But, so, something to work on, something to mess with. Maybe by next week I have it a whole lot better. You never know. Maybe you come to Delta Blues or Tulips and see us play Comfortably Numb, and I'll throw that lick in. And just to show you, I've been working on it in B minor. That's where it's been. Barely even ventured out of that. Kind of looked like, oh, if I was here. But let's take it and move it. Actually, we'll keep it in B minor, but we're going to move it away from where we're at right now. Before we jump away, just one more time, I'm going to do it real slow and call the notes out for you guys. D, F sharp, B, E, A, 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 D, F sharp, B, E. Like I said, still rusty on it, still learning it. So you guys can learn it with me. If you see what I'm doing there, and there's people out there, I know Brett Hale, if he's out there watching, Wayne, Pete, some of you guys who said spam, sit at home, play the lick, and then jump on either the replay of this on YouTube or Facebook here and tag me in it, or put it up and tag me in it, and show me where you're doing it at. Show me how quick you're doing it. Outdo me. That would be awesome. Have a couple of you guys get on here and have the time to do this. That was the title of my debut single, Bad Notes. I was going to name that my first single. You beat me to it. Hey, Glenn, how are you doing? I'm trying to jump between two screens here. Facebook's over here, and YouTube's over here. And I have enough trouble reading as it is, but... Alright, so, you got the notes, you saw what that one was. And I will say, with a little more distortion, let me just, for the gets and shiggles of it, I'm going to go to a pretty heavy tone now. I actually hit it that time. It's amazing what a lot of delay and distortion will do for you. Closer, hit one bad note in there. See if I can get a little bit. I'm going to mess this up really bad. So go ahead and tape this, and Make sure you download it and all that stuff so you can show everybody how much I suck. See? Nah, I ain't gonna do this. I'll get it. I will get it. I keep practicing, and you should too. So, like I said, if you can nail this, David, how are you doing, brother? Hope you are doing well. Trying to keep up with you on Facebook, man. Hope all's going good, brother. All right, let's go back to a clean tone for a minute. But you see how much a little bit of delay can help. I nailed it that first time, pretty close anyway. All right. So we'll stay in B minor. If we move up to D, which is the second note of that, or the number 3, and now we find our B minor notes. D, E, F sharp, A, B, D, E, F sharp, A, B, D, E. Alright, so that's where we're working the first mode. Now, if we go to, let's say, we're going to take, last time we were at F sharp as our top note. This time we'll make A our top note. So, if we're on our high E string, we have D, E, A, then we'll have to come back to F sharp. Actually, let's move it up a little further. Let's do the B. So, E, B, D, A. Next string's here. Down low, it's going to be A and B. So up here, we're going to be at F sharp and E. So these two are pretty easy. The boxes are the same. Then we got to go to F sharp here. So up here, we're now going to be in the D. So it's the same concept. You're just taking, and like I say, I would have to sit and work with that one and get used to seeing that, because it's kind of the other night when he was showing it to us, it's the rub your stomach and pat your head kind of thing, because you really have to think kind of hard to pull this off. After you get used to it, like I said, I'm getting faster with the other one in the position I have practiced it in over and over and over and over. But if somebody said, do that for me in G sharp minor right now, I'd screw it all up. So hopefully after doing it a little bit, I would figure it out. Which, you know, if it's a minor shape, I probably could move that. If they said do it in B flat diminished, I'd be like, find another guitar player real quick. I can't, no, sorry. But again, if you guys got any questions on this, if I'm moving too fast, if you don't give a crap about this, let me know that too. Good comments, bad comments. Any of y'all who are watching on Facebook, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I started doing this on YouTube. Been on there for a couple of months now. So if you've not been to my YouTube channel, click over there. Just go to YouTube, type in Rocky Graybill, and I'm the only one on there, believe it or not. It'll pull you right to my page. It's got all the back episodes of this. The early ones are horrible. This one's probably still not great, but you can find those. You can find a couple of other videos. A lot more stuff getting ready to go up. A lot more, because the Patreon is launching in April. I'm still checking to make sure I can find a way to make it free for everybody for at least the first month, so you can come see what it's like. There'll be videos on there, like extended cuts of the stuff I'm going to be putting on YouTube. It'll be ad-free, which is always a good thing. But there'll be extended cuts. There'll be a live hang. Probably going to do Sunday evenings, at least for the time being, because football season's over. If it was football season, I would not even attempt a live hang on a Sunday evening. But because there's no football, I don't watch baseball. If you like it, cool. I don't dig it. Basketball, can't really watch that, except for March Madness. I like watching that. But, so Sunday evenings, we'll be doing a live hang, and it'll be through Zoom. So what you'll have to do is download the Patreon app. It's free. Probably download Zoom if you don't already have it. And every Sunday, probably at 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, I will send you an email or a Patreon notification of the live hang, and you'll get on Zoom. We'll be able to see each other. We'll actually be able to have conversations instead of just typing in chat messages. But yeah, I'll tell you what, the first person out there who is watching this, if anybody takes the challenge, who gets that little lick in the original key where we were doing it, in the original spot, whoever gets that lick first at a pretty good tempo, I am going to give a set of the strings I use. If you don't like the size, tough shit. I'm giving you free strings. You can try them out. But they are D'Addario 9-46s. So, if anybody nails that before next week, before next Thursday night's lesson, pop a video of it up, tag me in it, email it to me, Facebook message it to me, text it to me, whatever. And I'll see if there's a way to play it on here, let everybody see it. But yeah, if anybody can pull that shit off pretty good by next week, then I'll give you a free set of strings. They won't be in a package. They'll just be in the plastic part, because I order them by the multi-packs. So, as you can see, I've got a few guitars I have to keep restrung. All right. Play around with those modes too. That's if you do learn this lick, that will help you learn your modes a little better, because all you're playing is the whoops. Then you're coming up here. Oops. It's the same 5 notes, just in 2 different places. But again, it is, like you said, rub your belly and pat your head at the same time. I always heard walk and chew bubble gum, but I never had trouble with that. Don't know about you. As always, if there's anything that y'all guys want, or y'all guys, listen to me, shit. Y'all can't tell I'm from Tennessee, can you? If there's anything that you guys would like to see me post up here, had a request for finger tap stuff, so we did a bunch of finger tap stuff a few weeks ago. And if you like finger taps, you're getting more of it now. Also, some cool news I got this week. Real good friend known for years is building pickups now, and he is bringing me a set of his custom wound pickups, and we'll be putting them in one of my guitars, doing an A/B comparison to see how they sound as opposed to whichever guitar I want to put it in. Toying with my PRS SE. You guys haven't seen that one yet. That is the Mighty Kitchen guitar. I named it Martha, for Martha Stewart. Got a little Snoop Dogg lighter I set right up beside it so they can be friends. But anyway. I will be trying those pickups out. You guys will get a video on that. Got several videos recorded now, just in the editing process. So I'll be hopefully getting you guys some stuff to look at on YouTube, more stuff on YouTube anyway. Great. Oh, Brad, you'll do it. You can tap. You'll be the one. Just let me know when you want to pick up your strings. But yeah, fun stuff. So has been pretty cool tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. They'll work on that lick a little bit, see what happens. I'm gonna tell you what. I got this little backing track recorded here. I am going to. This is probably going to go all to shit real quick, but I'm going to pop the little backing track back on, and I'm going to play a solo in B minor, and at some point, don't know that I probably won't do the entire full thing, because it is a very long lick, but I'm going to try to throw parts of it in, hopefully into the solo, and not screw it up too awfully bad. Let's see what happens. See, told you. Let's try that again. See, there I got it that time. See, screwed it up a few times, but I was able to work it in there. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I am going to go and find something to eat. Not sure what that's going to be. So, once again, if you have not done it already, please hit the like button here on Facebook, on YouTube if you're over there. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. I don't bomb you with emails or any crap like that. And if there's any videos you want to see, pop the comments up, shoot me a message. Pretty sure everybody on here tonight is on my Facebook, or you have my phone number. So if you want me to do something, holler at me. And I will try to do it on here next week. A couple of dates coming up later on where I will have a gig on Thursday night, and we won't be here then. So we'll be doing the Patreon thing on Sunday. So, you guys have a fantastic night. I'm going to hop off here and find some food. I will see you all, many of you, some of you, I will see at Morel Music tomorrow where I work. So, y'all have a great night. Thank you guys.